Bum 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 bum. Boom 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 boom. Oh, sorry guys. Yo, what's up, everybody? We live tonight. Yo, I'm gonna get this disclaimer out of the way right now while we live. For more information on how you can support the podcast, please visit anchor.fm/Bravo Zulu Podcast. The information, views, and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely of myself, Joshua Moore, and the individuals involved, and do not necessarily represent the DoD, DORN, or those of the respected institutions or organizations. Thanks for being here tonight. We're gonna be going. We are live. I got kids wide awake. Nikki's home. I'm waiting for her to come down. Nope, stay over there. You guys go lay down, watch your movie. They're all set up for success in the living room over there. They got movie time. Mikey is operational on the remote. They got some popcorn. You know, it's a good old party time for them kids over there. Excuse me, allergies are still kicking up, man. Like every night lately, they've been like getting worse. I don't know, it's just because I be outside a little bit or what, but it's no fun really, you know. Let's see, kill some time here, yo. One, if you're here joining us, let us know. We're gonna be doing a table topics. Nikki got, she got a new set come in. These are supposed to be like provide deeper conversation. The date one, or the ones we did, the date one was okay. But so she found one that was supposed to have even deeper conversational topics. So we're gonna get in some of that tonight. We have the drink. Tonight I am sipping on the Sailor, the Sailor Jerry, and the cream soda. If you haven't had rum, I prefer a Sailor Jerry or Captain Morgan. Really nowadays it's just Sailor Jerry. If you haven't had Sailor Jerry and Dr. Pepper, your life is woefully like out of balance. If you want to lighten it up a little bit, right? Because Dr. Pepper's it's that dark cola, right? If you want to lighten it up a little bit, what you need to do, okay, is get some A&W cream soda, okay, and put the A&W cream soda into that Sailor Jerry, right? You're looking at like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, right? 1 ounce drink, 3 to 4 ounces of soda, right? I got it in my big boy cup, right? And it still tastes a little bit different because it's the cream soda instead of the Dr. Pepper, so it doesn't have those spices. But it's lighter to the taste. I like it. And this ain't the first time I've done it. All right, I've been doing that for years, too many years probably. Let's there's another episode coming out this next week about. We'll talk about this right now while I wait for Nikki. Let me text her, make sure she's still coming down. Tom Brady has been in the news for some remarks he made, right? On a podcast of his where he was speaking with Kevin Durant, and he talked about, he made the improper comparison of going into another season, his 23rd fucking season or some shit, I don't know, I think it's like 23rd season, comparing it to that of going on deployment. And let me tell you, you military nerds out there, cancel culture and shit, the military, as hard and unwoke as some of y'all pretend to be, right? You guys are so quick to jump up and down on a motherfucker that compares their livelihood to anything the military does at all. Okay? It is crazy. Is it the same? No, we know it's not the same. But so many of y'all are just reposting that article, the article of pick your fucking news site that has their own article about it, right? Whether it's Military Times, Today, CNN, fucking Fox, whoever, right? And all you're doing is reposting the article and the headline, because that's all we do today in society, right? Is what catches the most attention, and that's what's going to get put out there, right? It's trash, y'all. Yeah, like that is trash, because context does matter, right? You want to read at least the whole quote, or not even if you're just reading the quote, because sometimes they'll just pull the quote and they'll slap the quote on there and they'll be like, boom, here's the quote right here. This is what he said. And it's still just not enough information. So I went and I listened to it. I sped through it, and I found I wanted to find like the 5 minutes, right and left of what he was talking about. And so that's going to be coming up on another episode soon. Oh, excuse me. Let me get the comments in here. Let me know if you've read that or you reposted this, or let me know what you think about that, right? Let me know how you're feeling about that in your life. Did you feel that it was such a huge impact that you needed to make an uproar on your own personal social media about it's not deployment. He hasn't been on deployment. He hasn't made the deployment sacrifice, right? But if you just listen to the whole thing and how in his mind he kind of goes about it, I'll talk about that in an upcoming episode. So stay tuned. Still waiting for Nikki. I don't know how long I can stall y'all. Let me know if y'all got questions that table talk asking me us to answer for you. Let us know in the comments below. I don't know. Maybe she fell asleep and I'm doing this by myself. In other news, what's going on? Work-wise, military, Navy, we just ended the chief season that culminated today with chief pinning. That's a wrap. Glad it's over. That shit is tiring. I almost was going to say stressful, but it's not for at least us on this side. I think for the selects, I'm sure it is stressful, but for us, it's just more of a, how to put it, a pain in the ass, right? It's a lot of time that we're sacrificing to those, and sometimes it seems like pointless, I think is the correct word, right? Sometimes I think it feels, why? You sit there asking you're sitting there asking yourself the question, why? Why am I here at 5 a.m? Blah, I don't have an answer for that. I went to a couple of those 5 a.m. PTs, and after a while, I stopped going. You get like 3 out of me. You get like 3. That's about it. Once it starts interfering with taking the kids to school, Nikki coming home, all that, and then I'm kind of like, nope. We're good there. A lot of people still don't realize that Nikki works nights all the time. We've said it plenty of times. It's not gonna stop, and people expect me like I'm gonna just show up fucking at 7. I know, like I'm not even on the ship right now, right? Where I'm attached to a ship, but I'm not on the ship right now. So when that was happening, we took care of it that way, and there was never a time where I did not miss quarters, where I missed quarters, right? Because of the childcare situation or anything like that, right? Oh, we got our first question in the chat. Hey, this is Dylan Mendonky. What's up, Dylan Mendonky? Just fucking with you, Dylan. Dylan says, the real question is, when are you putting on senior? Nikki says she needs to be Mrs. Senior. Well, Dylan, never. I will never put on senior chief. I'm not going to above and beyond. I'm not. That's not my end goal. My end goal here is to make it through the tunnel and let that light that is the train called retirement hit me, run me over, and spit me out. Dylan is a coworker of Nikki's. Funny guy. Yeah, met him only a couple times, but Facebook friends and often read the funny comments that he leaves. She's on nights, but wouldn't say she works. You know what, Dylan? I'm okay with that. Whether she's working or not, as long as they're still paying her the paycheck that supports me, she could go there every night, and get paid and not work. It was especially nice when she was in the tele unit for that year that she took off. And, man, I got to text her all night long and just be like, hey, what's up, honey? I'll stay up with you. What are you watching? Now it's like I shoot her a text and I don't get an answer for 2 hours. And she's like, oh, yeah, we're just, saving lives. And I'm like, oh, all right. by then I'm already asleep or something. Dylan, do you got your cup full tonight? It's Friday night. You're not working. What's on your menu there, Dylan? Let us know in the chat. Still don't know where Nikki's at. Okay, well, she's still getting ready. It's like date night for us. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry I keep sniffling. My nose is running. I don't got a tissue here. Yeah, so Nikki's still getting ready. All right, that's fine. What else we got going on? Let me see. So I was talking about the season stuff. That's wrapping up. Or it has wrapped up. We went out to Lake Morena here locally in the San Diego area. So about a mile east of here, out the 8. It was a cool little spot. I'd never been out there. I'd been out in that area, in the general area. There's some off-road trails out there, some other things, other camp areas that I visited. So we went to actual camp, Lake Marina camp area. They have some cabins up there. If you're local in the San Diego area, I highly recommend trying it out. No mattress or nothing, so you need to bring up like air mattresses. The cabin's pretty much like I'd say maybe not a queen size. No way it's a queen size, but like a full size maybe. Like one full size bed and then bunk beds for twins, like bunk bed twin size. So I mean, if you have a lot of people, you're probably gonna need several of them. If it's just you and a small family, you can probably make it work. You're going to need air mattresses because it's just wood framed out beds. But pretty chill. Every cabin has their own little burn pit area. The lake, you cannot get into the lake. They got a dirty water advisory over there. Bad part about it, no restroom. The restrooms are like communal restrooms, communal showers that are like up and around the hill. That's kind of shitty. But other than that, let's see, Dylan. Dylan says he's about to fill up his drink, Silver Spiced and Pepsi. Dylan, I got the A&W cream soda with the Sailor Jerry tonight. I haven't tried the Silver Spiced. That I'm assuming you're talking about the Silver Spiced Captain Morgan. Haven't tried that. I'm really not although I guess it's cleaner to drink the clears, right? But more of the spice rum person, right? The dark stuffs, but with some A&W. When we going 4x4ing? Great question, Dylan. When are we going 4x4ing? I don't know. Is your Jeep running? Right? You're the one with the Jeep. You're supposed to be leading the way and letting me know where I can't go. All right, Dylan? But we should go, maybe not this weekend, maybe in 2 weekends. What is that? Almost Thanksgiving? I'm sorry, y'all. These are my boogies. And I can't blow them. If I blow my nose, it ain't going to do shit. Ain't shit going to come out. It's just that inside runny, stuffy nose feeling. But back to the 4x4. Dylan, I've been playing with the idea of so I'm about to go out on deployment in December, right? A lot of people, I've said that before. There's going to be Nikki here with the children's, and I'm going to be outgoing, and she's going to be holding it down. And I've been thinking about selling the truck. For those that don't know, I got it's a 2019 Chevy Colorado. It's a ZR2 model, right? So it's the off-road model. Really like the truck. Dylan says Jeep is fully loaded, ready to roll. Shit, we might. All right, then book it, Dylan. Book it. Where are we going though? That's what we got to figure out. So I've been thinking about selling the truck like next month. Right, in like November, because if we think about it, with me and Nikki being on opposite schedules, days and nights, right? Really, we only need one vehicle. Now, whenever that one vehicle is with the person at work, that person is gonna be stuck at home. But me, for the most part, work isn't that long during the day. Right, got a pretty good schedule where I'm able to get home at a pretty decent hour almost every day. So really, it's one of those, like, if it's her day off and she was like, I'm running errands without you, there's one or two things. I could just fucking Uber it to work. I could hit someone up to pick me up, or she could drop me off, which is probably not an option at all for her, right, to drop me off. But there's other things there, right? And again, that's like if she's like, you know what, it's my day off and I'm not going to sleep all day after I worked, the last 2 or 3 days. Excuse me, I'm going to get up and run errands. I could probably make it home before she wakes up. I thought I heard a kid. Hold on. I think we're good. Oh, no, I see shadows moving. Go lay down. Okay, go lay down. Kids are crazy. They just always want to tell you stuff. Go lay down. So I've been thinking about selling the truck, right? And just, but here's the thing. I want to say it's almost paid off. It's like 2 years away from being paid off, right? So it's on schedule. Going on deployment, as most military service members know, right? When you're out on deployment and you're making a little bit more money and you're not spending as much, you tend to like double up car payments if you can, right? So that would expedite the payment system on that. I wouldn't be able to. Whereas it's a short deployment, so I'm not going to be able to like pay it off in this amount of time. But it would really just free up, a little bit of cash flow. And being that next year I'll be on 2 deployments, right? I'll pretty much be deployed like I'll just say like all year, with the exception of like 3 months, right? Like the summertime, I'll be back here and then right back out on deployment. What's the point of having that truck? Let me know in the comments, and then we'll share it with Nikki. Should I sell that truck? Low miles, right? It's a 2019, so that's what, 3 years? It'll be 3 years this December when I bought it. We're cruising around 37. By then, it'll probably maybe be like about 38,000, maybe 39,000. So we're right on that average of, just over 12,000 miles, maybe like 13,000 miles a year. Good condition. I mean, it's been off-roading. It has some trail rash on it. Nothing crazy. I think there's more rash on it from Nikki throwing open her passenger door in the driveway and dinging it than it out four-wheeling, honestly. But, yeah, thinking about just taking it back to the dealer and like, hey, how much? And then that's the thing too. So with the secondary market right now, what it is, right? If I went to the dealer and said, hey, I don't want this anymore, buy it from me, what is the value that they'll give me? Of course, they always be like, well, how much do you owe? And when you're like, oh, I owe, say 15, they're going to go, well, all I could give you is 20. Right. And then you're going to be sitting there like, fuck you. You say 20, but you're going to try to sell it for like 30, 25 or 30, right? Because they got to make their money. So they're always coming down a good 5 or 10. You know it. We all know it. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know what else to do. I already took medicine. So with that being said, it's like, well, if I could talk them into like a plus 10,000 from what I owe, right? Whatever that number is, plus 10,000. That's $10,000 straight to my pocket, right? That's immediate, like into the savings. Just sit on it, right? And then plus what the car note is all next year. So again, let me know in the comments. Should I do it? I think if we get enough, hey, do it, I'll do it. And then I'll just have to live with the consequences of Nikki being mad at me. Which, I mean, if she thinks about it, like that means no extra car in the driveway. She won't have to start it. She won't have to do anything with it. Won't have to worry about it. I think there's more positives than negatives, right? I'll barely be even driving it next year, right? Except for like 3 months. So I mean, it'd be like a 4-year-old going on. What would that be? 4? Yeah, I mean, it would drop the mileage significantly. Or I just keep it. I pay it off. Maybe next year with all the deployment time I'll be making, the year after, I'll probably pay off like a year to 18 months early. And then we're talking 4-door race car. Let me know in the comments. Should I get rid of the truck or should I keep it and then do the 4-door race car in about 3 to 5 years? And that's the other thing. If I keep it, get the race car. If I don't keep it, I gotta get another truck around 2000. That'll be 2024 when we get back from deployment, right? I gotta get another truck. What you're thinking? What am I thinking for a new truck? I might go back to full size. I don't think so though. I think full size trucks are just way too fucking expensive nowadays, and I think the value there is not worth it. I mean, it's just I don't think so. I mean, full size truck like a nice like entry not super not base but like mildly loaded mid level. You're straight out like 60,000, 65,000. It's fucking crazy. I remember in 2011, I bought a Silverado LT that was a nice, mild, or what do they call it? Mildly equipped. 40 grand out the door. 40 grand out the door. I wrote a check for 40 grand in 2011. 10, 11 years later, that's plus 20,000 fucking dollars. I guess there's a lot more technology in it, but Nikki was just in the doorway. She'll be joining us soon. Excuse me while I sniffle. All right. Well, Dylan says the Jeep is fully loaded. Jeep is fully loaded, ready to roll. That's a bad choice of words, Dylan. You might be rolling over. We wouldn't want that. What do you got loaded in your Jeep? I want to take the dog. Dog throws up a lot. I took the dog out to Lake Marina with me for yesterday's events. And so I took the back way, and the back way is very windy up through the mountains, creeps down by the border a bit. And he threw up 4 times in the truck. 4 times he threw up in the truck. The truck still smells. I got to get in there this weekend. I've cleaned the throw up. I got it all out, but I got to get in there and put some cleaner down and scrub it and stuff like that. I'm just waiting for Nikki. When we get Nikki in here, I'm going to have to do a little camera check on her, make sure she is satisfied. Again, let us know in the comments. What is a topic that you would like us to discuss? Do. Yeah, everyone posting up their chief pinning pictures. Oh, Dylan's asking, here, we'll just add it to the broadcast. Pew Pew out at Lake Marina? No, we did not. There's no shooting out there, pretty sure. It's a whole campground. It's like a county campground thing, so no Pew Pews. I don't think the leadership would have appreciated us showing up strapped, ready to shoot people or things or select. I mean, not that I would shoot anyone, but, maybe they'd shoot us. You don't want that to happen either. It got working on. So I found let's talk about upcoming guests that are not. Actually Sunday, right? Got a old friend, shipmate that we're gonna have on. That is, he's really into horror, like movies and like the whole genre. Horror rap, like rock rap stuff, horror movies. He's really interesting because like every October Halloween, it's like he's legit one of those dudes that is watching a horror movie every night of the week, and he gives like a little recap on it and like his own little grade on how good or bad it was. It's really interesting, right? Really interesting. Just like, I find it interesting that he's so interested in it, right? That he's so invested in it. So we got Sunday. There'll be a live watch party. I gotta check that out. How to do that? Where me and him can watch it. I think he'll just watch it on TV, and I will too, and we'll both push play and go from there. And then you guys can do the same. And he will be up on here. I'll pull him in as a guest on the eCam. And we'll take it from there, and then we'll just kind of watch it together, and we'll shoot the shit and have a drink and talk story and stuff. So it might be less half-ass watching, little listening, and just paying attention to it. Oh, Dylan asked me, hey, I saw you were stationed in Sig. That's Sigonella, Sicilia, for those that don't know. All right, like I lived in there for 2 years, so pretty much part Italian, if you know. So he was there in 01 to 03, and asking me how did I like that. I liked it a lot. I got there a little 2 years after you in 05. By the time I got there out of boot camp at A school, it's too early to be yawning, folk. I enjoyed it. And Dylan, so Dylan, you were prior service, right? So you were a corpsman, correct? Let us know in the chat. You were a corpsman, I believe, right? But your wife was a SK. Am I wrong? Let me know. Enjoyed Sigonella. It was fun. Stay out of trouble. Learned a lot. Had some good. My best friend, my mentor. I met him there. Met a lot of good people there. Last episode that didn't have Nikki on it. Episode was it 95. Alex Puskrich, that one. I met him out there. A good friend. He's still in the Navy. He's a lieutenant commander over in the DC area. Anthony Ivester. Met him. He's been on the podcast before. Like, met a lot of good people. My boy James, that did some of the earlier season 1 comic. The comic verse, the Bravo Zulu comic verse episodes. Met him out there. Like, met a lot of great people. It's one of those military things, right? It's like you meet so many great people in your different commands. And I think it's one of those weird things. Like, nowadays, it's super easy to stay in touch with people, right? Because of so much social media. And back then, social media was just like starting up. So, like, you might have an email or something, but like, who really sat down would email people, like pen pal it up a lot? So that was just kind of kicking off. But over the years, as social media progressed and you found people and you reconnected with them, and that's kind of like what me and Alex did. We just kind of reconnected and kept like loosely in touch. It's like, hey, you watch their lives through social media. You drop a like or you drop a comment. Hey, congrats. Hey, way to go. A message. Hey, where you at now? What you been up to? Things like that. But it's I guess I could say I keep more in touch with people at my first duty station of shore duty than I do my first sea duty ship, which, excuse me, a lot of times would be different, right? A lot of times people say like that first ship like is where you create the most longest lasting enduring bonds with people. Excuse me. And honestly, like my first ship, well, technical first ship was a USNS. Don't keep in touch with any of those guys. They're all like older first classes when I got there, like ready to retire. And then the ones that were like younger, I guess you could say, the second classes, other thirds, the chiefs. Nope, don't keep in touch with none of them. First warship, the Russell. I have those guys on social media. Hardly a lot of them hardly ever post. I think one is stationed around here in San Diego area. He never reached out, never talked to him. He's just doing his thing, family thing. And I don't like one. Is that for better? Is that for worse? I don't know. Right? It kind of makes you think like, well, during that time were we as tight as we thought we were? If we're not keeping in touch now, which again, I was just always told like that's where you create the most, right? I got sidetracked, sorry. But it just seems like, at least again, maybe it's just because of whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it was SIG was fun. SIG was cool. I enjoyed it. I didn't take advantage of the benefits of being a young single sailor overseas as much as I should have. I did not travel as much as I should have. I developed a lot of drinking that took me nowhere. Not a drinking problem, just a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. But it was always in the same area in SIG, Catania. And I should have taken advantage and been smarter with my money and gone more places. But it was one of those weird things where, like, my first year there, I was on NAS 2, as they call it, Naval Air Station 2, as opposed to 1. So 2 was like the operational base, if you remember there, Dylan, right? And then NAS 1 was where you had your commissary, your exchange, barracks, like all your living quarters and stuff, and more the I guess the things that keep the base running, all your amenities. And I lived on NAS 2 by myself, around none of the other coworkers or shipmates or anyone, right? I lived there by myself. All I did was go to the rec center and eat and get fat, and not as fat as I am now, but fatter than I was, and just like chill, right? And have a drink. I would just drink in my room. Second year there, I was only there 2 years, and I moved to NAS 1 because I guess they caught me living by myself. I didn't do it, and then just kept drinking and having fun and this and that. But let me see. Nikki was there. I don't know if she's checking the kids now. Just checking. But Dylan says, yeah, I was a DT, and yes, she was an OGSK. If you know, you know. I know, I was too. I was OGSK. Something even older than that, or not older, I guess, but a lot of those times, that I just saw today was as I was reading the brochure of a pinning ceremony that I was invited to. The command master chief was in. What is she doing? The command master chief was an AK, right? So there's still AKs. Command master chief now, but there's still AKs out there floating around. I think it said he joined in like 92 or 94. So, I mean, he's about to hit like that 30 years. You know what I mean? Like 94, 04, 04, 14, 20. Yeah, he's about to hit that 30 years. His time about up. But, yeah, still, I guess, it's something I guess that's still out there, right? Some old AKs, which went away. They went away. Was that 2000? Right there when I joined, 2004, 2005. I remember there was like a second class that was PCSing right when I checked into Signella, and like she had went and got like AK rating symbol tattooed. The little web of the hand one. Forget who she was or anything. Yeah, and I was just like, okay, whatever's going on with that. I didn't even know what an AK was because it was already gone, so no one was even coming in as AKs anymore. Everyone was SK. And I guess she was like one of the last dying fucking AKs or something. Chad in the chat. You did a good job at that. What'd I do a good job at, brother? What's up, Chad? Miss you, man. Hope everything's well. You come over anytime. Let me know. Offline too, Chad, everyone knows Chad. He's a regular co-host pretty much at this point. Yeah, so Chad, come over whenever you want, man. On the pod, off the pod. House is always open. Just waiting on. Let's see. So I was about to say, I've been working on some guests, right? I've been hustling over on the Reddit, right? And I came across a subreddit of podcast guests where you could advertise your podcast and let people know what you're doing and ask for people to come and be guests. So I got a couple of people lined up that, fuck, every time you say something, Chad, it's distracting. You're so, no, you're good. Yeah, Chad, you're good. I was distracted, but I will just make sure I'm acknowledging the chat. That's all. And, Nikki is here. I think you want these ones? Do you want these sandals? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm in trouble, people. We're kicking this one off good. No, I had that chair over here. Penny took it. Damn, y'all. I am in trouble. Dylan's in the chat. Dylan, stand by for words from my commanding officer. Damn, y'all. She looked good and smelled good. This might be a short one. Might have to go put the kids to bed if y'all know what I'm saying. All right, hold on. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. You ready? You going headphones or no headphones?
I don't know. I didn't even know you were starting already.
I told you start time was 8:30, honey. I was just letting you finish up. You know what they say in show business, honey? The show must go on. Are you sniffly too? Yeah. It sucks. I'm over here sniffling a bunch. You want to give me a mic test on that? Oh, try it again.
Hello? Can't hear myself.
What are you doing?
Is it plugged in?
Yes, it's plugged in. Which one does that say? What number is that?
3, 2.
Try it now.
Hello.
Hey, now we got Nikki. Now she's feeling good about herself. Look at that. Are you guys ready for the camera check? You guys want to watch Nikki do the camera check? Ready? I got to turn it to you, Sniffles, and you're going to check it out. Ready? Boom. Yeah, she fine.
Okay, whatever.
It looks good.
Fine.
It looks good. I got your camera just the way you wanted it. I was just saying a quick little prayer for science. You're so distracting, honey. I was saying I was in the middle of talking about getting a new guest. So I was on the subreddit and there's this podcast exchange, guest exchange pretty much, and we're out there. I'm trying to do some things to get some new guests that are not military or loosely military related, and get things going. So, anyways, honey, what's up, boo? You feeling good? You got a drink already?
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Kahlua. Rum.
That's the island stuff?
Yeah.
And your fruit punch?
Yep.
Oh, my God. My nose is so bad. Dylan's in the chat. Is that an owl on your arm?
Ooh. Penny.
Dylan, you work with her like every night that you work. Doesn't he?
Well, he's going to day shift.
Ew, Dylan, why are you doing that, bro? I feel like my nose has been bad. All right, honey, pick the card. Let's go. We got, what is this, another table topics, or is this a different?
No, this is different. It's actually made in the Philippines.
Shout out Philippines. Hey, shout out my boy T.I. over there. I'm sorry, cut your camera. About extending us all that Filipino heritage stuff this week, man. That's super dope. He's doing great things over there at his command. All right, go. You got first card, honey. Let's jump into it. I've already been live for 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, I didn't know you were going live already. Shuffle. All right.
Wait, I told you live at 8:30.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know you were, like, going to do it. Like, the kids were freaking...
They're in there chilling.
Yeah, right. You thought.
They weren't crying. That's what I was going by.
Oh, fill in the blank.
Oh, shoot.
If blank never happened, I would be in a much better place right now.
Oh, shit. Go.
You go.
No, you go first.
It says, please try to think of something other than the pandemic.
Oh, shit. That's fine. No,
literally what the card
does?
says.
yeah, it does. Let me see if I can get that on. It's down there. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead. That's on you. You know, I got something. I know something. It's the same thing I've always said for a long time. You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
So while you think
Yeah.
of a different answer other than your husband. I don't like how you didn't say like a rebuttal. No, honey, it's not you.
It's not.
Oh,
It's not what I was thinking about.
okay. Well, please. If I hadn't crashed my truck in 2011, it says you'd be in a better place.
Yeah.
I'd be in a better place
How?
because I loved that truck so much. It was the perfect truck.
Yeah, but you know, like that bond it created between you and your puppy,
Yeah.
like he was legit your guardian angel.
Yes, but I still would have loved my Apollo just as much.
And it was, I feel like it was a sign that you, thank God you had your motorcycle stolen because you could have crashed your bike.
One, I wasn't going to ride my bike to Arizona to pick up a dog.
But still, if a crash was in your destiny, it would have been a motorcycle.
No, I don't see. So this is how like people think of things different. A crash. Let's say the crash was in my destiny at all, right?
A crash.
A crash. I don't know. I don't care to look at it. It don't matter. Even if a crash was on the motorcycle, I still would have been out of motorcycle, honey. Like that's still not cool.
You could have been out of a life too.
I rolled my truck 3 times doing 80 miles an hour on the 8. That could have been my life too. I don't look at it like that. I look, if I'd not crashed my truck, I'd still have my '03 Silverado named Betty right now today. And then I would not have jumped through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my 6th vehicle since then. I would have had one more vehicle because at some point I would have bought a race car.
Whatever, you chose to keep trading in your vehicle, so that's really on you.
Right, because you're absolutely right. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if that crash would have never have happened, I'd be in the better place because I would not have been chasing after that truck that I wanted.
That's a lie. You would have traded in that old truck anyway.
No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I'd done so much work to that thing. Oh my God. This is something I just don't think you can grasp.
You would always want the new thing. That's
because that truck was perfect.
You're telling me you wouldn't trade it in for the what did you have?
I had a '03 Silverado extended cab, short bed.
No, the car.
The SS?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have needed to. I would have just bought the SS second because I already had the truck I wanted.
I don't think so.
Like, that truck was perfect. It was the perfect bed size, perfect everything.
You would always want a new truck.
No, I don't think you understand how much.
I don't think you understand how your brain works.
No, I know how my brain works. You don't understand how perfect that truck was.
Okay.
It was the perfect size. It was the perfect size. It was the perfect everything. I'd invested with the exhaust system on it, the headers, the intake, the mild the leveling kit, the wheels, the tires, like everything, the Bose system that it had, the slightly angled perfect center console, the center console in the middle.
What happened in that crash anyway?
I just took my eyes off the road
because you were looking for your phone.
No, I wasn't looking for my phone.
You said you were looking.
No, I said I was looking for my bottle of water. I was reaching over to grab a bottle of water from the seat.
No, you said you were glancing at your phone.
No, I never said that, honey.
Yes, you did.
People, your spouses don't listen to you. I was looking for a bottle. I reached over to get a bottle of water. I took my eyes off the road when it was slightly curving, and I rode out into the median. And instead of doing what I would do now, where I would just ride through the dirt, I overcorrected and I dug in and I rolled it. But if that would not have happened, because that truck was paid off at the time, I'd still have that truck. I'd still be mobbing in it, and I'd have a race car also, and it'd be good. That truck was perfect. I just don't think you understand how perfect that truck was, because I've been hunting for the replacement of it ever since. So what's your answer?
I don't have one. I don't have an answer.
That's not how this game works, honey.
I know. I just can't think of anything because I just don't want to go back and think about where I would be in a much better place. I feel like I'm in a great place right now because I feel like whenever I needed to change something, I would just do it to put myself in a better place.
But it's talking about something that happened.
Yeah, I know. Everything that's happened, I've changed my course to make things better.
Would you have never left the ICU?
No. Because it was something I needed to do for myself. Just to see what it was like to not be at the bedside. And I found out I didn't like it, and I'll probably never do it again.
So you have no answer, honey. That's not even fair. That's not how this game works.
I really don't have an answer. Like if I said if I didn't join the Navy, I'd be in a much better place. That's a lie because I wouldn't have the GS job that I have.
Yeah. What about if you would have never quit the Navy?
Would I be in a much better place? I don't think about that because I don't look back at that. I really don't. Because if I stayed in, then it'd be like the nurse corps is in a totally different place, which is not aligned to what I want to do.
You'd be in 04.
Would I? I don't know. I don't know that.
Stop the cap, yo.
I don't know that.
Stop the cap. You'd be in 04, looking at 05.
But we'd also, what about the kids? That's me sacrificing personal time that I don't want to. So I don't regret that.
I think you're taking the easy way out to be like,
no,
everything happens for a reason.
No, I really do live by that.
That everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I live by that too, but
I don't, I never think about, if this hadn't happened, I'd be in a much better place. I don't think about that.
So no regrets.
No, I really don't. Because, when I left my first job, people would say, man, you were assistant director of nursing before you joined the Navy, but you joined the Navy. Would you be in a much better place if you would have just done that or never took that job? No, because becoming the ADON pushed me to the decision of joining the Navy. And then everything else just followed.
Okay, so you're taking no answer.
I don't have an answer. If it was if it's a surface answer, it'd be like, if I would have never bought the Camaro, I'd be in a much better place because my truck would have been paid off already.
So you're saying my answer is surface?
It's no. I'm not saying yours is surface. I'm saying mine is surface because it's kind of similar to yours.
Yeah, but the Camaro was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun, but it didn't. I mean, it was a bad decision.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was I don't regret it because it was cool having a V8.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But also, trading it in for the Forerunner sucked.
We should have kept it.
Because it tacked on
a
few G's.
Forerunners are overpriced. All right, so we'll do another question then, since you guys know regrets. Dylan had mentioned if I had a Blazer. Yes, Dylan, I did have a Blazer. It was a 72K5. Yes, I sold it. I sold it for way less than what I probably today selling it. I could be like 20 grand not running, and some fucking poor fool would be like, "Yeah, here you go. Here's 25."
Well, we had to get rid of it because people kept reporting.
Yeah, it
was an abandoned vehicle, and it was just a headache.
No, it was just a fucking classic. That's what happens when you live in the burbs and not in the fucking ghetto, right? It's like motherfuckers be like, "Oh, it's not fucking brand new. It's ugly, fuckers." But I that one. That one sucks, right? But that one, it just kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't think about that as much as maybe I don't know. Maybe just because sooner I do. I don't know. I still miss my 03 more than anything.
I was kind of sad when you sold the Blazer.
It was fun. It was cool to cruise.
Yeah, it was cool.
Is right. Guess what?
What?
We'll get something else one day. You see the enthusiasm on her face, people? Look, I'm a car guy that can't afford it. Okay, honey, like it's gonna happen. Yeah, it was. That was the full convertible ones. Never took the top off of her, but one day again. All right, let me get the cards in. I'll see if I can get a better answer out of you this time with a different question. Shit, you gotta play the game right, honey. All right. See what we got, folk. Upside down. What's something from your generation that the next generation would find difficult to understand? That's easy.
Work ethic.
Shit.
Like, have you heard of, I was reading on the internet about quiet quitting. Have you heard of that? People just quitting and, ghosting. Like,
well, yeah, I did that for my first job, but
what's so hard about putting in a 2-week notice?
I don't know. They ain't got no balls.
Because it all snowballs. I mean, like, maybe your next employer will find out you work there, or they won't find out. Who knows? I mean, like, if you're staying in your profession, I mean, someone's going to know someone.
Well, I mean, you got to put it down on your resume, right? Like your job history.
You don't have to.
I don't know. I've never worked anywhere. But so I'm not going to say work ethic. We'll get to my answer. We'll keep going down.
I'm not like Kim Kardashian saying like nobody wants to work. No, people want to work.
What did she say? Get a job and work hard.
No, nobody wants to work these days. No, people want to work. It's just how they go about it. They want to do less and make money. But
we love you.
But people want to make money without like starting from the bottom. Like starting from the bottom is like absurd to some people, but sometimes you have to.
Well, I think all the time you should have to, right? Like I know what you're saying.
No, but some people get lucky and just get put in that position where it's like, damn, how'd you get that? But I'm not hating on that. I'm just like, it's one of those people think they deserve to just start at the top.
Right, but like I don't think you watched the last one, but like the last episode I did with my friend Alex, it was one of those like, what is luck, right? It's opportunity meeting preparation, right? Like you've prepared for the opportunity happens, and boom, you're ready for it, right? So I think sometimes that happens, right, where you get hired just at the time where they need that middle management or something, right? And yeah, you might not have all the qualifications, but you got enough and you're prepared for it, and boom, there you go. But I definitely hear you on the like this generation of wanting it at all, right? Or wanting most of it and wanting to start there and not work towards it.
I mean, like, I appreciate the younger generation because I still learn stuff from them because there's newer things that come out that I was like, damn, that actually makes me work smarter and not harder. Yeah. Like, I'll take that. But I just think that people get to a position brand new and think that, like, you get that respect right away. Like, I respect you as an individual, but you still have to prove yourself to everyone that, like, you deserved that spot.
Yeah, you still got to put your work in.
Yeah, like, I have to know, are you going to work hard or are you, like, lazy? Or did you just get a hookup with a position? Did you know somebody? Or is your resume everything that?
Isn't that like, yeah, like you got to earn your stripes, right? Yeah, like you're new here, but experience. But it's like, well, we're the clique here already. We're the team, right? You're the new person. You have to earn our respect that we're going to let you in the circle, right? Is it like that? Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, like, you have to give them the chance too. Like, you can't automatically just say, oh, they're brand new. They're young.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, give them a little bit, but, you know, give them that chance. But also on the flip side, like, you have to know that when you're coming in as a new person,
You gotta earn it.
yeah, like, just come in humble. Don't come in hot. Like, I've been feeling like a lot of people get into the new position and just feel like, you know, they deserve to be there. Sure. Is your resume, do you have the qualifications? Yeah, you have the qualifications, but do you actually know what you're doing, and are you willing to put in the work?
It's like maybe is it like you deserve to be here, but you have to earn your spot to stay here.
Yeah.
Kind of like that or something.
It's just, I don't know. I just feel like if you're hired, then you must have the certifications. You pass the board. Cool. That's great. But do you actually know what you're doing? And are you humble enough to make mistakes and take the constructive criticism? Or are you just going to shit talk and be like, oh, she's a bitch because she told me I didn't know what I was doing? Or are you just going to be like, okay, I'm going to be better next time, and just the next time it happens, are you...
Or don't let it happen the next time.
Yeah, like, you don't have to do exactly what I say, but, like, you know when someone is fixing themselves when the situation comes up again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dylan says it's a feeling of entitlement without putting in your dues.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny you bring that up. I was talking about it earlier, and we won't stay on this very long because you don't like the subject too much, but like it sounds like you're talking about chief selects.
No,
you're not.
I'm just
but
talking in
I know,
general.
but it applies, right? Especially with that, like you saying like it's that coming in with the humility enough to be like, oh fuck, I fucked that up. I'm gonna take your criticism now and go fix it.
Yeah,
and come back and not do that same mistake.
But that's another thing. It's not like work ethic. It's yeah, you're right. Humility. Like, people don't know when to own their mistakes. Like, people have to recognize, and I think the younger generation are really bad at saying, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should be able to be like, I fucked up, but I can't promise that I'm not going to fuck up again, but I'm going to fix myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be better the next time. And I feel like people just don't know how to own it. Just freaking own it. People respect you more when you own your mistakes.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right. What was the question again?
This question?
You went off on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this generation?
Something from your generation that the next generation would find difficult to understand.
I'm going to go a little bit lighter, okay, because you kind of push heavy on that, okay? I'm going to go with like riding your bicycle outside.
Oh, yeah.
Like no cell phone, no technology. Like shit like that, you know what I mean? Like that nostalgia that we watch in Stranger Things, where it's like, fuck, look at these kids like growing up in the 80s, like fucking
playing D&D.
Yeah, like playing D&D, right? I mean, people still do it, but like, yeah, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, we'll tell our kids one day, right? Even like you could even be like so stupid as like CDs, right? Like DVD players, Blu-ray players, shit like that.
Oh, mini discs
that they did not go so well at all. But like any like the technology stuff, right? Like, and kids don't really like. I mean, we gotta get the kids on bicycles, right? And like teach them how to ride a bike. But like they're gonna learn how to ride it, and then unless we go on family bike rides, are they gonna really ride it, or they're gonna be like, "Hey, can I get that electric scooter?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything is like electric nowadays.
Yeah. And when the world starts ending, I'm going to be like, get on your fucking bike and pedal. There's no battery. There's no recharge station.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to lighten it up with that. Like, just that nostalgia feel of, like, teaching or talking about stuff like that. And the next generation, like, there within earshot. Like, what happened to you? Right? And then being like, what?
What is that?
What are you fucking talking about? And us just sitting there like, oh, fuck. We're old, you're young, and you're stupid because you're not old like us and you didn't get to ride your fucking bicycle all day long through the town, right? Through the town or city or wherever you grew up in, right? Like the neighborhood.
Or to the mall.
Or to the mall, anything, right?
Yeah.
And just get a mob up there. Like, I remember like when we grew up living in New Mexico, right? Like where we rode bikes, like we'd go out into the desert for like, at the time, see, I had to be, right? Like all day. Like 8 hours of just out in the desert, fucking. And the desert like surrounded the city, so you could go from like the desert that was right down the road, and just ride it all the way around and come out of the desert somewhere else in the town, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking a real small town. I've shown you, and like kids nowadays won't understand any of that because they'll be like, "I'm 16. I need my driver's license because I want to drive to LA."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Disneyland.
Yeah, just. Yeah, oh, by the way, I'm going to Disneyland. I need your card.
Yeah.
Or I'll just use the card that you got me.
Yeah, or get me a card.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, all right, your turn again, honey. That was, oh, man, you went off. I'm kind of nervous about that one. You seemed like that was bottled up.
Oh, this is a thank you card.
A what?
It's like a thank you for buying this card.
Oh.
Deck said.
Oh.
Oh, write your own question. Nope. Oh, no.
You don't want to do this?
We can. I don't care.
I don't really want to.
I don't either. Can we do something else?
Yeah, that's it. We'll skip that one, folks. We're not going to bring up that shit.
Ooh, this is good. What are common stereotypes about your culture, and which ones actually apply to you?
Oh, here, give me that. That one, it's funny that you bring that one up. Where are we at? Here we go. Wait, go that way. Here. Focus. There we go. A little bit of. Oh, I think being that you're the more cultured one, I'm just the Caucasian guy here. I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, how about we do this? What are common stereotypes that you know about Filipinos? Since you're an outsider.
Oh, damn. Y'all see how she flipped that shit on me? This puts me, the Caucasian guy, in the worst scenario. Do not clip anything I'm about to say. I'm like, Caucasian chief goes off on Filipino mafia.
Oh, the mafia.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about that on here before, right? That's a stereotype. What does it say? Which ones actually apply to you? Okay, so I'm just going to name things. This isn't anything that applies to you. But we all know in the Navy, the mafia stereotype. That bullshit. Outside of that, we let's just go Asian culture in general. Eating dogs and cats and like animals and shit like that, right? Which it doesn't apply to you, right? We have animals in the house; they haven't disappeared under suspicious conditions. What else? Good at math, right? I know that one doesn't apply to you, right? Oh, here, all right, let's hard on their children for education does apply to you, right? They're in pre-K. What bad drivers, Asian ladies doesn't really apply to you. I'm gonna say that you're not a horrible driver at all. Like, you know what the fuck you're doing. Doesn't mean I'm not scared for my life. It just, I also trust you though, more than a lot of other people. Plus, you like to whip it. You do the window down, fucking elbow out, fucking whip it. Like, it's pretty hot. What else? Is that enough?
Nurse. Filipino.
Filipinos are nurses. Yeah. That's a yes. Adrian Avila, is that your friend? I think maybe. I don't know. Avila? No, I don't know. Adrian, thank you for commenting. Salamat. Oh. Salamat. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So go ahead. What are some? Which ones of that I named apply to you? The nurse one, Avi.
The education thing, that definitely applies, but that has to do with, I think that's like upbringing, more of upbringing and culture, more than culture. I mean, I don't even want to get into the whole mafia thing. The mafia thing is stupid. It's just Filipinos like to take care of Filipinos, and people misconstrue that as like the mafia. Although some Filipinos do take that and run with it, which is also annoying. Oh, the whole eating dogs thing. I remember, I think like early in my career, of course, like as a nurse and working in the Navy at the hospital, you always get like people, like vets from World War blank, right?
Yeah.
And I always get, ones that are demented because of, my first job was skilled nursing facility or, and assisted living. So like they would assign me to the demented patients because I have the experience and I know how to, what do you call that? I have experience with patients like that. So then you always get the patients that sundown and all of a sudden they're like, go back to where you came from and go eat a fucking dog. And you're like, oh.
You're talking about like patients that are going through dementia.
Yeah.
That are old.
Yeah, where they're nice to you during the day, and then you get to a certain time of the day, and then all of a sudden, it's like a gremlin. Like, they just turn into a completely different person. And you're just like, oh, wow. People really do think that,
So is it, all right, a couple things. We got some people in the chat, right? Dylan was asking, this is more of a statement. All Filipino families have at least one nurse. Probably if you extend that family out wide enough, right, you're probably going to catch a nurse in there. Adrian says, do a lot of Filipinos serve 20 years in the Navy? I think a lot of people serve.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of people serve 20 years in the Navy, right? I think maybe Filipinos, we got the kids in here. I think being that Filipinos are a small sample of the Navy in all statistical categories, right? Then their commitment to it, I think, is a little stronger. Oh, hold on. We got the kids over here. That commitment might go a little further to sacrifice a little bit more of that 20 years to be sure that they could gain all the benefits for their families, right? Because something I tell junior sailors nowadays, right, is like the decisions you're making today about your life and your career impact your kids, right? Whether they're unborn or not, like it's an impact that lasts a lifetime, not just your lifetime, but your future kids' lifetime. So all Filipinos, do they do 20? No, I've known young Filipino kids that have served and they've gone out right after their
like
4-year or whatever. Hold on, we got more comments. Hold on.
The older generation.
Hector, that's Richie. Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. And then Adrian Avila is asking, were you a Navy nurse?
Yes, I was a Navy nurse. I did 4.5 years, and I got out. So no, I'm one Filipino that did not retire from the Navy.
There you go. One out of gonna be like 4
There's
in
plenty.
Your family.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about your family. Right. Yeah. So. What? Wait. What were common stereotypes about your culture? So yeah, the hardcore Asian mom of education. You said that one's true, right?
Yeah, that's. I feel like that comes from my parents being immigrants, and it was like, it's one of those things like your parents came to the United States to make a better life for themselves and the family. So it's kind of like you don't owe them anything to make a better life for yourself as their child, but you want to make sure, at least in my mind, I wanted to make sure that they had fruits of their labor. Like I wanted them to feel like they came to the States and they really like they really feel successful, because I feel like they haven't felt success in their life until they know that their kids have done well for themselves. So I wanted to make sure that as their child and them working so hard and, you know, fighting through the whole culture barrier thing, especially at a time when they came to the States, I wanted to be sure that they had something to show for it. And they never made me feel like I had to, but I understood their hardships. So me and my brother, we made sure we made something of ourselves just so that they felt that.
That's dope.
So I want to be sure that my kids grow up and make something of themselves, but not because of the culture, but because I want them to be able to take care of themselves without asking
And I would say not
help.
Not because they recognize. I mean, we have our own hardships, but not the same hardships that
right.
you know your parents experienced as immigrants, that my parents experienced, not as immigrants, but just as, you know, themselves. But just to realize that our hard work and sacrifice, that, you know, I guess it's just one of those things. It doesn't go unnoticed to them, and that they realize that it takes hard work and sacrifice to achieve, you know, some sort of success. Adrian asks again for you, honey. How come did you not re-enlist? Well, she was an officer, right? So no re-enlistment. She wasn't enlisted. But you want to answer that, honey? Why did you not continue your career?
A lot of reasons. I chose not to continue my career as in the nurse corps because I wanted to start a family, and that'd be kind of hard, being that if we were both in the Navy. I mean, I feel like if I was going to go up in ranks, that means that'd be like a lot of time, personal time to sacrifice. And I didn't want to do that. So I chose family over career, like Navy career.
Great choice, honey. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. So your turn for me, I guess. Not that I got much culture, I guess.
I feel like a lot of it's the same. You guys are like,
what do you mean, you guys?
Mexicans, like the Mexican
I'm not.
culture. Yes, you're half. Okay.
I'm half Hispanic, or I believe the more proper term is half Chicano, which if you want to get even
you
more
are a Chicano,
specific.
not half Chicano. It's a Chicano because you're.
I am technically not. It would be my parents, and really not even them, but they're more Chicano, my mom, than Chicana, than myself. I'm just a good old fashioned Caucasian American. Oh, we got another question for you, honey. Adrian again asked, why didn't you join the reserves?
Because if I didn't want to do it full time, I don't want to do it part time.
That's
why would I do it part time if I didn't want to do it full time?
Yeah.
I just don't want anything to do with the Navy, like as a service member.
Yeah, or even a family member anymore, right? I think we're all tapped out on Navy shit right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Michael, can you not do that, buddy, please? Just play on the carpet, okay? We got the kids in here. They're joining us a little bit. Try to keep them off screen. Scoot that way, buddy. Play on the carpet.
Okay.
So we'll go back to what are you thinking with my culture? Not that I have any. I'm just like I said. It's a little bit harder, huh?
It is harder because I really don't. you really don't have
Culture.
you didn't grow up on very much culture.
Well, I
Like,
wouldn't say that. It's it's American, right? Like it's American culture. So even though my mom's Mexican, right? Not born in Mexico, but Mexican,
oh, I
right?
know.
Like, oh, you got one? Go ahead.
Um, your parents don't give a shit about you once you turn 18.
That's pretty fucking Caucasian,
Yeah.
right? That's pretty American, like white American, right?
You like-
And that definitely kind of was a yes that applied.
You like mashed potatoes?
Mashed potatoes,
Gravy.
they're pretty good. They were. What's wrong with mashed potatoes?
Nothing. It's just a very it's a Caucasian dish. That's a stereotype.
I like sandwiches. There we.
Sandwiches and chips.
You know what's funny is I was talking about like the food that we were having yesterday, right? For the
Yeah.
events and stuff, and how we had mentioned like we'll just do some sandwiches or something, and one of my coworkers, when they were over here dropping some stuff off, she asked, she's like, what's with you fucking white boys and fucking sandwiches, right? She's like, all the time, all you guys want is sandwiches. And I couldn't help but think back like to your mom and everything, right? And when your mom was like, when she was here, helping us out for those couple months, how she was like, wow, Josh, when you have sandwiches, you always gotta have your chips. I thought it was really funny. So that's a bit. That's a bit. Excuse me. Adrian asked again if you know how many times a month do Navy active reservists drill.
I can answer all those offline.
Yeah, hit us up. We got we have the email in the show notes for the for this. Hit us up, Adrian, if you have any other questions like that, and I'll get it to Nikki, and we can we'll get you those answers if you're interested in that. Excuse me. But yeah, moving on. Yeah, I don't know, like American culture. We need to take an interim break real quick. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I gotta get these kids. And we're back. We just gotta get these. Kids are having fun. They want to come on the podcast. It's that's something crazy. Where I think I've talked about it before. It's like, opening your kids up to different environments and different things. Like when it's like going back to when I was talking like that next generation thing, right? Like the new generation teaches us all these new things. We can't teach them. We can teach them how to ride a bike, but nowadays, most people aren't going to let their kids ride their bike around the city they live in, right? But like our kids, they see us in here doing a podcast. They're going to grow up knowing what a podcast is, and hopefully maybe like that's going to be a part of their life growing up, is they're going to remember like, oh yeah, my parents used to do a podcast regularly all the time. And podcasts are going to be a huge thing, and they're going to be able to talk about that with their friends as they grow up or whatever. Anyways, excuse me. Oh man, I just got hit hard with the allergies. It's on you, babe. So nothing else?
Not really.
Pretty bland, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, like I get it. Is it a thing of American culture, right? To have that like a stereotype that at 18 get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
You think so? Figure it out. You're on your own, kind of like.
I don't know. I think 18 is too young.
But not asking that necessarily, but like, is that a stereotype?
That is
Like
a
you
stereotype.
from an
Yeah.
Asian. I mean, I know you grew up in Hawaii, so a lot of.
No, we don't leave.
Yeah, I know, but
Leave
like,
the house.
is that like a is that something you and your other maybe like Asian friends talked about or like noticed with your Caucasian friends at all?
Yeah, because a lot of the Caucasian friends that we had that weren't from Hawaii, they were, I mean, they left home to go to school in Hawaii at 18, or they left doing something else and then went to school, or they were like, what do you call that? Sleeping on other people's couches.
Bumming
It until they were able to get a scholarship or something.
But at 18, like most of them had the same. Like at 18, they were out there.
Yeah, and then, I don't know. They pass on the same mentality when they had their family. Like when they're 18, be out there just like I was.
That's. I'm not against it.
I'm not against it if, the kid has a plan.
But like, how can you know if the kid's got a plan? Like, I don't know. It's tough.
I mean, if they're going to school at 18 and they're dorming and all that, like what? They can't do anything until they're done. So, yeah, they either are in the dorms or they're staying with you until they can figure it out after they finish.
I guess. I don't know. Hey, if you're in the chat and you happen to be a Hispanic, Mexican, Hispanic, a lot of people don't like the term Hispanic because it kind of just groups everyone together, and there's a lot more. I guess you still got to use the word Hispanic. I guess I don't know. Latin, Latino, Latinx, if you will, if that's your preferred fucking word or something. Let us know if there's any stereotypes. And it doesn't matter if you're in the chat at all. If you're watching, let us know. Are there any stereotypes of your culture, what your culture is, and let us know if it's true or not. Right? Let us know the true ones. Let us know the ones that aren't true. All right. Let's hit another card there. Was that you or was that me? That was you, right?
That was me.
Okay. Hey, but y'all don't look. Okay. Don't sleep on a good fucking sandwich. I'm talking about a good sandwich, like a good meat, not some Subway shit. It's like a good at home on plain bread too. You don't even gotta do fancy bread. You do that fucking what was it? The balloon bread, the white bread. Wonder Kids.
Wonder Kids.
Yeah, Wonder Kids, Wonder Bread, right?
I don't know what that is.
Just like some cheese, some salami, some ham, some turkey on it. Maybe some spinach, some lettuce, some Brussels sprouts. I never ate tomatoes much as a kid. I eat them now, but it's not my favorite thing on a sandwich, honestly. They're kind of slimy. Man, that shit hit. Oh, we got Chad here. We got a couple comments here. Adrian, we'll drop the email. It'll be in the show notes after we post this, all right? If you want to email us here, it's bravozulu.podcast1@gmail. You just drop us an email in there, and we'll get back to you. All right, Chad says, because it was adopted generation to generation. What are you talking about, Chad? What's adopted generation to generation? The leaving the house at 18 part. Oh, yeah. But so, again, it's a continued thing, right? And it's a stereotype, but is it good? Is it bad? What is it? Is it just because it's we don't want to fucking take care of you no more? You know what I mean? Like, what was that? I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not totally against it. I don't know. Like, I don't want to do it like I was done.
But see, that's because that's part of your culture.
Right. I'm just a bingo. Right? Like, oh, wow. We got sexchat69.site here in the chat. Spam. We'll go ahead and ban that, honey. All right. They're wild. Hey, but thank you, sexchat69.site for the views and comments. It should work for the algorithm in our part. Before that popped up, Chad was saying, yeah, leaving the house at 18. Again, I wouldn't want it to happen the way it happened for me. Right. The way it happened for me was got in a fight with my dad after I was 18, after I graduated, and he was like, get the fuck out of the house. Right. And I was like, gladly. No plan, had a good job, went to live with my brother. I don't want that. I would never do that with our children, right? I don't even think I'd give it. It'd be that mix, right? Like I don't want them to be so Filipino where they're living at home till like they're 26.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta still, you gotta teach them how to fish.
Right. And that, yes, fucking lutely. And you need to start teaching them how to fish young.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when they're like 20, 21, like their last year or two of college,
Mm-hmm.
they're getting their fishing gear together
Yeah.
so they can fucking go and fish when it's time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Or are you tracking?
No, that's
Tracking the same?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, Dylan knows. Dylan, see? What's up, Dylan? I don't know where you Mendonca's from, but yeah, you knew what bread I was talking about. Wonder White bread. That's my guy. There we go. Caucasian, stand up. You knew it. You knew what I was talking about. Next card. Oh, this one's a good one.
These are good cards.
This one's a good one. All right, here we go. We're going to put it up right here. I got to make sure I cover your face so it can zoom in. Sorry. If an actor had to play you in a movie, what would they find most difficult about the role? So we're gonna switch this up a little bit, right? It's not just gonna be if an actor had to play you in a movie. What actor would you get to play you in a movie? Which I have no fucking answer for myself. So you're on the spot.
That's a good question. Who would I want to play me? I think I would want Olivia Munn.
She's hot.
Because I feel like she has that resting bitch face.
That you don't have much
I don't.
RBF. In the chat, let me know, Dylan. Does she have much RBF at work?
Or just in general.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say yes. You're looking too good tonight for me to put myself in a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, someone Asian, obviously.
No shit.
There's not many.
Yeah.
There's not many.
Okay, but so what does all right, let's skip that part and go to the what difficult in the role would they feel for you? Or whatever it says there on the card. Stop fidgeting, babe.
It would probably be everything leading up to, like, from graduation, college graduation, up until I joined the Navy. Like that lost feeling, or the journey to finally finding where you strike gold in your career, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a hard part. That's
the part, the role that they find hard to play.
Yeah, I think it's mostly the that, or like the frustrations and bullshit, which is not like, I don't know, I don't really feel like I have, like, my role wouldn't be that difficult. What would you say would be hard?
Well, I mean, if Olivia Munn's not the best actress, but I wouldn't mind playing across from her as.
No, I feel like
I wouldn't feel sorry for
she's-
whoever's going to play me. I'm not going to feel sorry for them having to,
she's
play husband to Olivia
she's
Munn.
obviously, like, way more, like, she's beautiful. Like,
She look good, yeah.
she's pretty.
You better, girl.
No.
All right, then. I'll agree.
So I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
But I think, like, her mannerisms are kind of the same.
Okay. Dylan says this is the first time he's ever seen you smile. So that's going a long way because he works with you often. Let me see. I think for like, if you had an actor playing like your life story stuff, right? I think it would be we could start with you graduating, right? 'Cause, I mean, it's not like you have the most interesting life, but I think you have a lot of peaks and valleys. And I think it'd be the transition that the actor would have to go from, right? Of like being happy. And I guess it's like whenever you're portraying anyone's life, right? Of like happy at home and having to get dressed and fucking drive to work. And being in like, I don't know if you were depressed. I'm not trying to say you were depressed, but like being in that like quote unquote depressive state of like, fuck this. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like what I'm doing is I'm playing it through my own head of watching this movie, right? And knowing that we'd be at the townhome in Mililani at my place on a Saturday morning after having like a great Friday night date or something, chilling Saturday morning, you getting ready to go to work at like 10 or 11 or whatever it was, right?
Oh, that was my home health job.
Yeah, which you still did not fuck. Like, it started there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, all right, I got to go work. And I'd be like, okay, well, I'll see you later tonight, this evening when you get off. And, like, just the look that you had of, like, yeah, well, fucking here I go.
Yeah, it was a miserable time.
Yeah. And
I was, like, in a dark place for a while.
And so transitioning from that dark place to not such dark place, I think, at the homes, but still like not a bright fucking sunny day, right? And like just dark after dark after dark. But then like if they're gonna give you a whole like movie of your life, like the couple bright spots that there were there, you know what I mean? And just that transition of like, I mean, like I ain't trying to pump you up too much, but I think that actress would like have a big role of like their whole character would have to be like boom, and it'd be like some award-winning shit. So like, oh my god, this person goes from fucking depressive fucking resting bitch face fucking at work to like at home and like bright and brilliant. You know what I mean? And like I think that would be like the tough part.
Yeah.
What's this little one say?
I don't know.
No, stay there. Okay, I'll be right there. Go lay down. I'll be right there. These kids, man, they're wild. I think she's saying if she could give me a kiss.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll go take care of that.
Yeah.
But so on to you. Well, what I guess it's still on to me.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell would play me. I don't keep up.
You know the what's that?
Hey, y'all, just to let you know, she's about to say some motherfucker that she thinks is cute, apparently.
No, you know.
I got her ass figured out.
No, it's like he's a serious actor and also a comedian. What's that cop movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, the Mexican?
For
the
real? Fucking
so
Ant-Man's dude?
Yeah. I feel like
I'm not that Mexican, honey.
no, you're
Fuck
not.
outta here.
But he's like funny and serious, just like the roles that he plays. I think he would play your part.
That's kind of funny. That's funny. Go. I mean, be that you said that, I don't think I got anything else. Nikki's gonna take a break real quick, help the kids out. Let me know in the comments, who do you guys think could be an actor or actress that could play Nikki and I in our life story movie? And being that you're thinking of that, think of that connectivity, that working chemistry that they'd have to have, right? I don't fucking really know who could play. That's not a bad answer that she gave. What's that dude's name? Let me see. I'm gonna try to look it up real quick. Chat. Let me see. What should we look up? Ant-Man sidekick. Yeah, Luis. Luis is the best friend and cellmate of Scott Lang. Who is? Let me just move this over here. Hold on, chat. Michael Pena, the third apparently. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's definitely not as Mexican, but I could kind of see where she's going with it. Not a horrible choice, not a horrible choice at all. I'm not like mad about it. And honestly, like off the top of my head, I can't fucking think of anyone better. Is his name? What did I say his name was? Chat Michael Pena the third. Yeah, Michael Pena the third. Is the guy who you're talking about, honey?
Yeah, he's funny.
He is, but I don't know if he's like if he's serious enough. You know what I mean?
Why? He was serious in Jarhead.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
He was getting pretend fucked in their gas mask and shit.
Like, you don't joke.
I've never pretended to get fucked, honey.
Not like that, but like, you don't joke inappropriately on deployment.
There's jokes inappropriately everywhere, throughout all military services. But what I'm saying is, like, I can't think of anyone else. I mean, you had a pretty good fucking one right there. I can't necessarily beat that with anyone. I don't know. Fuck, I'm stuck on that. But yeah, so what do you think would be a good? What would we find hardest about the role? I think it'd be one of the same things, right? Like, would it be the transitions? I think because he's a good actor. I don't remember him in anything that's been too serious. So I think the hardest part for him, like, I think the comedic role would be easy for him, right? Not that I'm like super funny, but like the funny go easy, like funny go easy guy, I think would be easy for him to play, right? That part of the role, that part of Josh, where just a fun, life of the party, he'd be good at that, right?
But do people agree with my choice?
No one said anything yet.
Oh.
But, so Michael Pena III, the sidekick from Ant-Man, also in Jarhead, also in The Watch.
Have you seen the way he told his story in Ant-Man?
Yeah.
That's exactly how he tells stories.
You're not wrong there. I'm not going to say you're wrong. You're wrong about that. But it's a good choice. I might just take it. I just might take. But like, so I was discussing what might be the hard part of the role. I think that, again, that's what I was saying is like the life of the party, funny, like happy-go-lucky Josh. Yeah, I think he nailed that. But I haven't seen him anything in like so serious, like the work Josh.
I think he could.
I'm not saying he couldn't. I think that because it says what would be the hardest part of the role.
Yeah, what would be the hardest part he would have to play?
Being a chief.
Oh my God.
Miko. Oh, Dylan says it'd be Miko, blood in, blood out. That's a good choice, Dylan. That's a good choice. Fucking. I think it'd have to be that. Because I think it's so much harder. Like when you're doing like this would be like a biography. What do they call it? Biopic of someone, right? Mm-hmm. He was in Narcos series. Well, which season is that? What season of Narcos, Dylan? Check. Let me know. Is that Narcos Mexico or something? We'll check that out. If you're gonna do a biopic of someone, and you're actually gonna tell the whole story and not just show the good parts, it's that ebb and flow of their good and bad. I think no matter who, right?
True.
But then, depending on the person's life story, those good and bads are going to be very different. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be the hardest for any actor to play, right? Because if you only got me of the good Josh, right, then it's easy. You just got to be a funny guy, happy-go-lucky. But then if you threw in the other bullshit, it might be a little bit more difficult. But I like to think I think I'm pretty. I think my happy-go-lucky definitely outweighs, right?
Yeah.
I'm not as complex as you.
I'm not that complex.
Yo, was it? I did that the other night. We were watching. If you guys follow Nikki on her Instagram, where she makes her red flag. She did a red flag on the Halloween Ends movie. Right, it was a good movie. I really liked it. It was actually a really good movie.
It was a good movie, but it was psychotic.
Yes, and I'm all for it. And like in the middle of the movie, like we're watching and we're all quiet and tense, and we're watching like this. And if Nikki was the TV and I'm staring at the TV and I'm like watching, and then I just go like this. And she freaked the fuck out. Right?
Yeah, because I think about like paranormal activity. Like, you look possessed.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
Mm-mm.
It was fun. All right, Dylan in the chat again. He was in Narcos, a serious role. He also played Cesar Chavez. He played like the Cesar Chavez. Is that which movie is that, Dylan? Let us know. Dylan with the culture coming through. Dylan, are you not? I thought you were just a Caucasian. You are, though.
What are you talking about? He's Mexican by association. His wife's Mexican.
Oh, okay. He be hitting the books, huh? What's up, Dylan? Shout out for hitting the books. Narcos Mexico. All right, we're gonna have to hit that up. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
We're here. Like we'll do. Who did that one? I did that one.
You did.
Okay, you do one more, and then I think we'll call it. We're almost at 2 hours. The kids, I think, are getting a little restless. It's about to be 10:14 right now.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll wrap it up. What was that? Let me see that one. We have set some aside, people. It's just some things. This one. I'm just gonna read what it was. We're not gonna answer. I don't. Would you rather gain immunity against mental or physical illness? Physical, because we're mentally strong over here. We're not answering that one. Moving on.
This is not a very good question.
What was that one?
It's not something that I want to talk about.
That's a good one.
I don't want to talk about it.
Nick, y'all gotta understand something about it. Nikki will get pissy. Like real fucking pissy and hot-headed about some stuff. You sure you don't want to talk about this?
Yeah.
You just want to show your cute side right now?
No, because it would just, it's like one of those questions that like, there's
no fixing it. So why talk about it?
Yeah, there's no fixing it. And I mean, who am I to say like what should be?
Honey, just because you say it here on the Bravo Zulu podcast doesn't mean it's going to fucking become congressional fucking law tomorrow.
I know, but I just don't. That's a, I don't know. That's like a very political question that I don't feel is.
I also feel it's a very easy question.
It's not really an easy question.
Okay, this was the question, people. We won't dive into this too much. I think you got another one there ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it was. Go over here. Go right here. Oh, I can't. There he goes. Right there. In our society, who should be paid more and who should be paid less? Let us know in the comments. Who gets paid too fucking much in our society? Number one.
Politicians.
Politicians. Paid way too much because they pass their own fucking pay raises. Fuck them. Number two.
I don't want to discuss it.
All right, we'll just stop at politicians. Who gets paid too? Who doesn't get paid enough? Me.
Just kidding. I don't know.
She really don't want to go there. Military doesn't get paid enough. We're like so far behind on like pay scales to shit. Like we don't. Straight up.
Federal workers too.
Sure. But like let's just go with two, right? If you had to take pay from someone and give it to another person, I'd take it from politicians and I'd give it to military. That benefits you either way. You know what I'm saying?
Not really. That's your pay.
Oh, it's back to my pay?
No, I'm just saying that's your pay.
You cute though. All right, go ahead with your next one. Dylan says athletes and politicians, teachers, military, and first responders.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say teachers get
Teachers,
way
yep.
too little.
Yep, I'm with it. But Nikki don't want to jump into that fucking dumpster fire of a question, so we're moving on.
My question is, when you think of all the friends you've fallen out with, what do they all have in common?
That's a pretty good one. Hold on, let me see it. That's a pretty good one. Go ahead, honey.
They all have in common, they're all a bunch of bitches. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
A little bit.
It all has to do with trust. And it's mostly like you have done something to cut deep enough that you ain't gonna cut anymore. So I'm gonna cut you off before you could turn the dagger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you had a lot of people that have that you feel like you've had to do that too?
Yeah. That's why my circle is very small.
What do they have in common? I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of kind of like a couple. I'm just thinking like I don't know if trust is it. There's a couple things that kind of come to mind. I don't know, like lack of understanding, trust. I want to say like jealousy.
Dudes.
Well, not just dudes, like anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's right. It's just the word I think of, right? Like what are other words? I'm not good with words.
Could it be like personality clashes?
No, maybe like because maybe it's like too similar, right? Too much of the same type of person, right? So it doesn't jive well.
No. When
So
I think of all the people you've stopped talking to, it has more to do with the I don't think it's jealousy.
I don't think it's just a word.
Yeah, I think it's growing apart.
Yeah.
You guys grew apart, but you all didn't know how to say it. It's kind of just like you started shit talking about each other. And it was just like, cool, I ain't talking to you no more.
I don't even think it's like a shit talking thing. It's definitely a growing apart thing. But that's why I said like understanding, right? Because like you can grow apart and still be friends, right? Like I think of something like me and one of my best friends, Andy, right?
Yeah.
Me and Andy have grown for the last 18 years, completely individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've grown in the military. He's grown as a father and husband, right? Like he has a fucking daughter that's in college.
But you guys are I feel like you guys are the same.
Right, but we've still grown like this.
Yeah.
Right? But we have grown, and maybe it's like mutual respect. Right? And understanding that we have grown separately, but it's a mutual respect for your growth and a mutual respect for my growth.
Mm-hmm.
Where like in other areas it's like there's not a mutual respect there. Right? And that's why I said jealousy maybe. I don't know if it's the correct word, but it's like if you can't mutually respect someone's individual growth, then does it lead to jealousy because you aren't growing the same as them, or you're not growing at the same pace, you're not growing in the same direction? Like you could be growing and you look at them like, well, why don't I have the same type of growth that they have? right? Instead of just acknowledging your own growth for being itself and prospering in your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like there's like 3 that I really think of.
About
Friends that
you're no
I
longer
don't
friends
fuck with no more. Yeah. And I'm perfectly okay with it. But it kind of looks like it was like what? And I don't ever think like it was totally me. Well, I guess a couple were.
Nah, I think it's
50-50?
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just you guys just stop vibing.
Yeah.
And that's okay to stop vibing with people.
No, yeah, it totally is. But then you also got to sit back and just kind of look like, well, what was the vibe to begin with then?
There's a lot of factors in the individual people.
Yeah.
So.
But you think it's trust for yourself. You just you stop
yeah.
knowing you stop fucking trusting them. So you fucking took the knife out, stabbed them with it one time in their face so they could see it coming and fucking left it there.
It's always
and kicked them down the stairs.
It's always has to do with something they've done. It's never like if it's a decision you made, it don't affect me. So why would I stop being friends with you off a decision that you made in your life? I don't care.
Yeah.
But if it's something that affects our relationship as homies and like you would either say something about me or about my family, then if you're going to say something like that, or if that's how you really feel, then I don't need to fuck with you anymore. Yeah. I'm okay with that because I don't need people I already have good people in my life that I know for sure who will always be down. Like if I needed anything, they would help any way they can. Yeah. I don't expect people to just drop what they're doing and help, but just be a good person. That's it.
It's weird. I don't know. That's a good question. It makes me think, about those ones, and it like really gives thought to like what did happen. Yeah. Not that I want to change any of it because it's happened, right? But it's just kind of you look at those. I guess it's probably on each side, right? It's like those people that you've cut off, they probably look at them like they look at you like that they cut you off.
Either that or I was just a bitch, and they were just like she became a bitch all of a sudden.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't ever believe in that shit.
But I don't know. Just like I said in the last episode about was trust a naive or...
Oh, yeah. Or a sophisticated... Trait, yeah.
Or something.
That's what it was.
I had mentioned that. I will never change and I will always be the same. Yes. Like, I mean that. I've always been the same person until you have done something that just... probably rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm just like, it has to be really bad for me to just stop talking to you.
Yeah, because like I don't know, I just look at it as like I don't know. I think the growing apart. I don't know, because I think everyone, if you chat, like I'm sure you agree, right, that it wasn't you. You didn't grow different. You've always still been you. But then when you ask the other person that you had a falling out with, they'd say the opposite. They'd be like, oh, I never switched up. It was you.
Yeah, I changed because you were a little bitch, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I just look at it as like the growing apart. It's like, well, again, and it's one of those just like, I look at Andy. It's like, because that's one of my, like, he's my longest friend that I've had since high school, right?
Yeah.
Even in middle school, we were like in a class together, right? So it's like, how can me and him still get together and have fun and vibe and chill and the families get together and it's all good, right? And there's never any like animosity towards each other or anything, and we're at these just completely different places in our lives as fathers and husbands and just everything like that, right? Excuse me, I got the burps. And shout out Andy, man, I love you, dog. And you, Christina, the kids, everyone, man. Like, but there's never a problem, right? We might not talk every day, but like when we talk and hook up, it's always just love. It's just always a vibe, just to be like just in the proximity proximity of each other and our families in the proximity of each other. It's just always like there's nothing expected in our relationship between like me and Andy, right? I think that's it, right? There's nothing expected in that friendship relationship. So we can always just hit each other up, and there's no expectation of a need or a want or a taker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just the simple, you're my friend, and I know that's enough.
Yeah. That's true. I feel like people nowadays always just expect you to keep giving. Mm-hmm. And I think like as a friend, you shouldn't expect to take anything. You know what I mean? Like if I give willingly, that's because you're my homie and I'm not going to expect you to give me something in return if I give you something, because I look at you as a friend. I feel like friends shouldn't have to expect that from each other. Yeah. About like favors and stuff like that. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people nowadays are like, well, what can you give me?
To be my friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm an influencer.
Yeah. And then people get mad at like, well, you don't promote me, so you're not my homie. Or you just bash on the shit that I'm doing. And it's just like, that's what it's come down to? Yeah,
it does. I mean, that hits me hard. Because there'll be a lot of people that'll be like, and I mean, we know about this venture that we've been on, right? Like, that they'll say everything about how much they support you, but they really don't. And we've even like experienced that lately, right? We've talked about that a lot, about, you know, the podcast and stuff. It's just like, I mean, like, I'm rooting for you. Like, whoever, right? Like, in whatever you're doing, I'm rooting for you. But that whatever you're doing isn't taking away from me and what I'm doing. I'm so out here doing. So why would you have to root against me? Or
I feel like people naturally feel like they compete. Yeah. And it's just like, no, man, we're all friends. Yeah. Like, we're on the same team.
Everyone can eat.
On the same team. Yeah. Everyone can eat. You should eat. That's how that's how real friends are. If I'm eating, you're going to eat too. If you got a thing going on, I don't expect you to buy anything or contribute to what I'm doing. Yeah. I just want you to tell people that, like, if someone says, man, I really want to get into plants. Oh, I got this friend that aloha succulents that's selling plants. Yeah. You know, like,
but that's hard for people to do. And I know it's hard because, like, we're now 98 episodes into this podcast. Yeah. I say we, right? Because you. Yes, it's me, but you allowed me to do this. Not in the sense that you give me permission, but in the sense that you support me, right? Yeah. So we're like 98 episodes into this. But it's hard to identify people that are sharing it. You know what I mean?
But then, like, I really don't feel like you expect people to share it. It's more like,
no, I don't, and that's why, like I've had one friend, a prior shipmate. She actually like shared the actual video, right? Yeah. Like off the Bravo Zulu Facebook page. Check us out, right? And she shared it, and she's like, "Yo, check this out. What do you guys think?" I was like, yo, this person, like, that was like I feel like that was the first share I ever got out of anything. Yeah. Yeah, right? You need to check on them. Yeah. And from that, I mean, I was like super grateful that this person had actually clicked the share button and shared it to their, 200, 300, 400, 500, 6,000 friends, however many they got, right? So shout out that person. I think you know who you are, right? Because that video is doing good. Right? It's, I forget what episode it is, whatever, right? But that video is doing good. And I contribute that to that person sharing that, right? So I think it's, again, like Nikki was saying, there's not an expectation from me to you, the listener, the viewer, or anyone right now to fucking click, share, copy link, and post it in your Facebook or anywhere else. But if you do, I'd appreciate it. Leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But it's I think it hurts more when you know that you have friends, close friends, right? People that you consider family and stuff, that all you gotta do is like it is really as simple as like tapping the like button, right? And when you tap that like button, the algorithm starts working in your favor, right? So go ahead and hit that like. Give me the finger. Excuse me, I got the burp skin. Right. And when you see, because I can see it, right? There's the stats and everything like that. When I can see that people are watching or people talk to me that they watch it, I'm just talking about like sharing, subscribing, things like that. And like how I can see how many people watch it and then how many likes it gets. And if I know my friends are watching it, like what is so hard about just clicking the like button? It takes no effort, right, to click a thumbs up and let the algorithm work its magic into spreading it. It's not expected, but like knowing how the shit works, it's just you kind of sit back and be like, fuck, man, like I got 30 views and not a single person could give me a thumbs up. When I know 10 of those views are friends of mine that I've worked with.
I don't think people know that that's how the algorithm
They know.
works.
I won't accept that. I think they know. You don't think they know?
I don't know. I don't think about algorithms and stuff.
You just think about like your phone listening to you and sending you the advertisements.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're watching this, go ahead and when you're around your phone, just casually say Bravo Zulu a bunch and let your phone listen to you. But yeah, like I said, there's not an expectation for them to do it. It's just when you see it, not like what I was saying was like you have friends like, yo, that was a dope episode, da 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 da, and you look and be like, oh, you watch, oh, what you like about this and that, and then you look and there's like 0 thumbs up. It's just kind of like, fuck, did you really think it was that cool? Because if you did, wouldn't you give it a thumbs up?
I don't think people think about hitting the like button.
You don't think so at all, really?
No, I don't.
Let us know right now in the comments or by the show of likes. Do you think about it when you're watching a YouTube video? How often do you or do you not hit the like button?
I never hit the like button.
Do you hit the like button when they mention it in the video?
No.
And if they don't mention it at all, do you not even look at it? I said all that and I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the camera, but the camera wasn't on me. You don't think you do it at all? You don't hit the like button ever?
I don't. Even when I YouTube like content creators about like how to pack a diaper bag or how people pack diaper bags.
You never
like,
thumbs them up.
That's a really good video. I never hit the
You
like
are the
button.
problem.
Because I don't think about it. And then after I watch it, I'm like, oh man, that's a good one. But I'll bookmark it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll say one thing. Why we got thumbs up on this now. I think that just popped up. And Dylan says you got to self-promote and really ask for those likes and subscribes too. Yes, that's true. And I think that's the triggering thing, right? Is like in any video, when they say it, that's your reminder to go do it. Right? But, yeah. Oh, I forget all the time, even on videos that I love. Yeah, so see, Dylan doesn't even do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't think about it. And it's not that it's a bad video. It's just like it's a shitty thing to do. Like, I feel like you watching the video should just trigger the algorithm.
So, like, I always play the video.
I
always play the video on my phone as we stream, right? Just to make sure that everything's going okay. And so I always like my own shit. I don't fucking care. Okay. But something I've so like if you're in regular up north south mode, portrait mode, you get all the information, right? The thumbs up. But then when you go you just get a full screen. You don't get it unless you tap it. And then recently YouTube has added, like on a ghost feature, the thumbs up. Before it wasn't there, so you couldn't do it. So you had to go back to here and you had to do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That was one of those, like, they had to work through that to get there. But going back to the main question, like, I think it's that growing apart and not understanding and not willing to adjust yourself in the friendship to continue to understand each other.
Well, Yes, I think it's like the growth and just like understanding where you're at. Because I feel like when people get to certain points in their lives, they're the same in most ways, but different because of all the experiences they've gone through up until the current moment. And I feel like when people don't agree with decisions that you've made or just like or things that you're doing, people are just like, man, I ain't trying to fuck with them anymore because of that. And it shows because like you just stop making the effort to hang out now because you're just not accepting of each other's growth.
I think that's it. I think that's the last card. It's 10:40. We got some kids that we need to tend to. I think they're getting a little crazy and wild in there, yeah. I think they're getting restless. They probably wanted some snuggles. And
they're actually, like, falling asleep now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap it there. I'll go rub your back. You got any departing words you want to send out there into the world, honey?
These are good cards.
Those are pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get, like, the other volumes.
Okay.
I feel like these are better than the table topics.
Yeah, let us know again in the comments after you give me a thumbs up.
Do you guys like this feature?
Yeah.
It's my feature.
It's Nikki's feature, but I approved it. No, but this is something we're going to try to do, probably not weekly, right? On a weekly?
Every day. No, I'm just kidding.
Not every. She's a wildcat, y'all.
Just helping you with content.
Yes, you are helping me with content. Thank you, boo. But yeah, let us know how you like it. Let us know. Again, if you have questions, hit us up. Drop them in the comments. If you got questions you'd like me and Nikki to attack and talk about, let us know. I was going to say something else. You totally distracted me. It happens. I was saying, do you got anything else that you want to say?
Oh, no. Thanks for having me again and doing the table topics with me.
Well, you live here.
These were some good questions.
They were. They were better. And I think there's some in there that would have dug a little bit deeper.
Yeah, which I'm not in the mood for.
Not in the mood. And if you know Nikki, Nikki's a private person.
Yeah.
One more drink and let's go pass out. Let me see. So yeah, don't forget Sunday, right? 2 days from now, we have the live watch party. Let me know in the comments what kind of horror, Halloween-ish horror movie would you like us to watch. I'm thinking maybe the new Pinhead movie.
Do Paranormal Activity, all 4 of them.
I'm not watching 8 hours of movie on a live stream, honey.
No, you start with
We're starting
one.
at like 2100 as it is.
You start with 1.
I'm going to be fucking in here watching a scary movie by myself.
That's the point.
You know what I'll do for you, chat? I will, I'm going to turn the lights off and everything because I'm a little bitch. I'm a scared little chicken shit, and I'm going to be in here scared, and you're going to see it. So I'm really looking forward to that with my boy Rob. It should be fun. It should be a good time, and we'll talk some shit about it and have fun. And what's funny is it's Pinhead, which if you go back a couple episodes when we had all the homies here, Gary was talking about Pinhead being like his scariest fucking horror movie villain person. So maybe I should get him here. And this is like a female Pinhead, which is like 100 times scarier than the OG guy. You know what I'm saying? Because chicks are crazy. And then I got some more episodes coming after that. Ooh, we have one. I think we'll have a live stream on the 26th, right? Is it live stream or just a recording?
Live stream of what?
On the 26th.
What are we doing on the 26th?
Your friend is visiting?
Oh
my God. Nikki's slow, y'all. Help her keep up with me, please.
I was like, who's coming over? Oh, yeah.
That might be a live stream, too. Not sure. We'll see.
No, I think you should record.
Record it?
Yeah. Okay,
so then the 26th we'll have one, so probably a couple days after that. And then we got one already set up for November 5th. That's an upcoming one. And again, like I said, we're just trying to push out as much content as we can. And before I go out on deployment and Nikki takes over, maybe, probably not. But then we'll see. I think I'll still put up podcasts from deployment, which should be,
That would be cool.
I think that'd be pretty interesting, depending on how much
cool.
people want to fucking talk shit about, work.
Yeah, that would be super cool to do that.
But I think what I might also do is kind of, I don't know, it's one of those, like, I always thought it'd be cool to do like a podcast. You know how they did that Carrier show on like a fucking History Channel or something, where they like documented a carrier that was on deployment.
Yeah, but you have to have permission.
Yeah, or I don't. And I beg for it later after it's already out. As long as nobody's in uniform, it's just a bunch of people talking.
I think you should do, like, I mean, you're not going to do it on the ship, right? That'd be like a no-no.
Don't worry about where I do it, honey. Make things happen. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of good times. Babe, thanks for hanging out with me and having a little drink and fun. I think the kids are asleep now. I hear nothing.
No, they're starting to, their energy levels have gone down.
Yeah, good. I mean, we go in there I'm hungry.
Penny's hungry.
All right, let's go eat. All right, hey, for more information on how you could support the podcast, please visit us at anchor.fm/Bravo Zulu Podcast. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking some of y'all money if you feel it ever so in your heart. The information, views, and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely of myself, Joshua Moore, and the individuals involved, and do not necessarily represent the DOD, DON, or those of the respected institutions or organizations. Thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe. We out.